Greetings everyone, Iain from RTO here. Welcome to a very different retro ranking this week. Starting to get into the Christmas spirit. It's the 30th of November, so tomorrow's December the 1st. I always knew I was going to plan something for Christmas, some Christmas shows. So I've got 3 planned. Today we are doing the worst Christmas songs ever. In 2 weeks' time we will do my favourite Christmas songs of all time, the top 20 Christmas songs of all time. And then we've got an album artwork. Now remember, I've already done a couple of album stinkers. Well, I've got a very special Christmas one, and you thought after watching the last stinkers it couldn't get any worse. Oh yes, it does. I had sort of a bit of help with that one, putting that together. My friend he lives in Ireland, so we was talking on Alexa and all that sort of thing. That's not good. It's starting just going mad because I said the name that you're not supposed to. We were going through Google and we had a absolute belter. So it's a sort of a joint effort, that one is, but absolute belter. Looking forward to that one immensely. So today we're going to start with the worst Christmas songs. My opinion, some of these may be your favourites. So if they are, I apologise, but for me this is just, oh dear. So let's start then. So number 10 is a song from 2018. Actually got into the charts in the UK. I don't know about America, but it got to number 24 in the UK charts, and it's a song called Santa Is Coming For You by Sia. Now where do we start with this? A voice sounds like a cat wailing for starters, and then we've got a melody line that's got nothing Christmassy about it. Oh, she put a Christmas bell in it, so I think that's her idea of making it a Christmas song. I'll add a little bit of a jingly bell and then it's a Christmassy song. It's not. It's just that garbage pop that seems to, the generic pop with that generic drum machine and samples of nonsense. It is about as Christmassy as Easter. Dreadful song, and it is going to be in the playlist, so have a listen. Absolutely awful track. Okay, number 9. We go to 2011. Again, it got in the charts, number 21. Mistletoe by Justin Bieber. Someone that I like to prod with a dirty stick. And again, here's someone else that thinks I'll put some Christmas bells in it and throw out it as a Christmas song. It's got no feel about Christmas. The words are lousy. The singing's lousy. It's just a pile of rubbish. When I grew up, Christmas songs were jolly, fun, and give you the Christmas spirit. This gives you nothing. It's just nothing Christmassy about it at all. Okay, number 8. They get worse, I'll tell you. Number 8, we go to Last Christmas. Scraped in the charts at number 83. I'll Be Home by Meghan Trainor. There's not even a Christmas bell on this. It's nothing actually Christmas to say it's a Christmas song. It's just dire rubbish. The vocal is awful. I think it's been mucked about with it so much, it's more like a robot. It's just dire. They just don't make They don't know how to make a good Christmas record. shocking stuff. Okay, coming in at number 7. It's a song from 1988. It was the B-side of a song called Goodbye by the Spice Girls, and it's called Christmas Wrapping. The best move they did was not put this as an A-side, because it certainly wouldn't have got to number 1. It's awful. Oof. What? Yeah, these bands, like, in the day, Spice Girls, they could put standing there banging a bell or a bucket and it'd still get in the charts. But this is vilely awful. Ugh. Not very good at all. Okay, number 6 from the year 2000. Now, for me, this is a Christmas nightmare. When I was a lad, back in the day, when Christmas songs were proper, we had I Wish It Could Be Christmas Every Day, and a Wombling Merry Christmas. Okay, it's the Wombles, yeah, from my childhood, great. But which bright spark thought it'd be a great idea to put it out as a record called I Wish It Could Be a Wombling Merry Christmas Every Day? It's my Christmas nightmare. 2 of my childhood songs ruined in 2.5 minutes. It's terrible. It's so disjointed. Didn't chart, no wonder, because it is an absolutely load of rubbish. What was Roy Wood thinking? Really? I don't get it. Anyway, let's move on. Coming in at number 5 from 2003. Didn't chart. Thank God, he says. It's Bow Selector and Proper Crimbo. For a start, I don't like the character Bow Selector. It is about as funny as a sledgehammer to the groin. It's just awful. It's not funny. It's embarrassing. And I can't stand the damn thing. Okay, we're getting worse now. Coming in at number 4. We go to 1995. Number 36. Christmas in Blobbyland. Yeah. Okay, Mr. Blobby, when he first came on Noel's House Party to do that pranky thing, that when he first started, the first one he did, it was very, I can't remember who they had, but I'll remember it was very, very funny. But Noel Edmonds took it a step too far, I think. And Mr. Blobby is just, this song's just a pile of pants. Oh, God. What were they thinking? It's not as funny. It's not funny at all. I mean, he became so annoying. He wanted to go and punch his lights out. Yeah. Okay, now we're coming into the top 3. And have I got 3 corkers for you? Okay, coming in at number 3. From 2005. Got to number 64 in the charts. It's by a band called Hot Pants. And the song is called I'd Like to Give You One for Christmas. Yeah. terrible lyrics, double entendre, sick double entendre. The video's terrible. It looks like an amateur porn video. I've put it in the playlist. You've got to watch it. It's awful. I'd never heard this in my life, and I just come across it, and I thought, oh God, what a load of rubbish. How did they get away with that in 2005? I don't know, but there you go. Okay, coming in at number 2. A song that it was sort of released last year by Jon Bon Jovi. And it's his version of A Fairy Tale in New York. Firstly, he changed the lyrics because everyone gets a bit upset about a certain line. And then he tries to sing Irish. His Irish is as good as Dick Van Dyke's Cockney in Mary Poppins. And then to top it off, he sings it flat as a pancake. Probably the worst version of that song I have ever heard in my life. I've heard other people cover it and they do a half decent job. But Jon Bon Jovi mullered it. Absolutely mullered it. And when it came out last year, it was on the Facebook. Oh, did I take some hammering? Because I frankly said, this is an insult to Kirsty MacColl for starters. And the Pogues. You've ruined how to ruin one good Christmas song in 2 minutes. Give it to Jon Bon Jovi. Do some fake Irish accents and sing flat as a pancake. Job done. Awful. Right. The number 1 worst Christmas song ever to be put on this earth belongs to the guys at South Park, the creators of South Park. Came out in 1999, and for God's some reason this got to number 4. And I remember it, and it went into the thing as Mr. Hankey, the Christmas poo. Really? This is ridiculous. This was just disgusting. Why do we want a song about bodily functions at Christmas? Now, I've got a good sense of humour and a dry sense of humour, but I think this was taking it just a little bit too far, and that's why it's the worst Christmas song ever known to mankind. I've got some honourable mentions. Right, I'm going to start with the ones that come off from the top of my head. Now, as I used to like a programme called Binder, George Cole, Dennis Waterman. Great programme, funny. So they decided to do a Christmas song called What Shall I Get for Her Indoors? Don't know why they bothered, because it was not very good. Also, the reincarnations of Band-Aid. The one Stock Aitken Mormon done was blooming awful. Didn't sound nothing like it. And the 2010 one or whatever it was, they really mucked about with it. I see Bono got his nose in there and then changed the words. What are you doing? Morons. There was only one Do They Know It's Christmas, and it's the original. So okay, let's get the ones I've wrote down. First one comes from 1994, got to number 2 in the charts. All I Want for Christmas Is You, Mariah Carey. Ah, what a pretentious woman she is anyway. But this is just awful. There's an expression when someone sings, they sing too many. She sings too many notes for the song. She's wailing like a God knows what as well. It is awful. And it got to number 2. Gosh, Ruth. I think that's something to do with that film Love Actually. But there you go. The British public are fickle. Okay, my next one, it's from 1999, got to number 1, and it's by Sir Cliff Richard, The Millennium Prayer. Now, I'm not taking the mickey out of religion at all, but why would you want to release a song to saying the Lord's Prayer and put it to the tune of Auld Lang Syne? I don't know. Okay, it was for charity. Before you start on it, yes, it was for charity and it raised money for charity, but I could have thought of a better song for a charity record than that. It's dull. That's all I can say. It is, and the tune doesn't fit. I don't think it just doesn't fit. And my final rant of Christmas music goes to a song from 1978, sorry. Got to number 19 in the charts. Father Abraham and the Smurfs, Christmas in Smurfland. Even as a 12-year-old lad, I couldn't stand it. And it even irritates me more now. It's just, ugh. I mean, the Father Abraham, that Christmas in Smurf. Oh, stop it. And then you get a Smurf singing. Yeah. Kids love it. Great. But not for me. Okay. I'd love to hear what your worst Christmas songs are as well. So pop them in the comments box below, and let's have a look and see if we other people's, because I'm sure there's others out there that I've missed. Another one that comes to mind is Little Drummer Boy, David Bowie and Bing Crosby. That sort of gets on your nerves. There's all these novelty Christmas records and they just don't sound right. Okay, well, next time we do a retro ranking, which will be in 2 weeks now, because I'm actually moving next week. But I've got things lined up for you when I move, because I'll be off the air for at least 5 days. But I'll talk about that more in the weekly update, of course. So the week after that, when we're back up and running, we're going to have the top 20 best songs. This was sort of put together again. I had a bit of help from a friend of mine, Lee, that runs the Radio 2 Rock Show with Johnny Walker page on Facebook, and I know there's a lot of you guys that like watching what I'm doing, so we put our heads together and we come up with the sort of list of songs sort of from our childhood, more or less, as well. A lot of what when we were kids. So that'll be an interesting show. Until then, we got tomorrow. We have got a Marathon Wednesday. It's a reviewer's request, and we're going to be looking at the studio albums of the mighty Black Sabbath. Should be a great show. So until then, have a great day. I will see you tomorrow. Take care for now.